Most people put on crochet videos to feel something, not to learn stitches, not to follow a tutorial, just to sit there and breathe for a second. And the ones that actually do that, they all have a few things in common that nobody ever talks about. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Today, we're looking at some of the most satisfying crochet designs to just sit back and watch. Whether you crochet yourself or you just love watching the process, this is for you. We're going through designs that are so calming to watch, you'll forget you were even stressed in the first place. Now, if you've ever opened YouTube at midnight just to watch someone work yarn with their hands, you already know what I'm talking about. There's something about the rhythm of it. The hook going in, the yarn looping, the stitch pulling through. It sounds simple, but when you find the right design, it turns into something almost hypnotic. Let me tell you which ones actually do that. The first one is the waffle stitch, and if you haven't seen this one yet, I need you to stop whatever you're doing and look it up right now, because it is one of those stitches that just does something to your brain. The texture it creates looks exactly like a real waffle. Little squares, raised edges, this perfect grid pattern that builds row by row. What makes it so satisfying to watch is that you can see the design forming in real time. Every single stitch adds to the pattern. It's not like you have to wait until the end to see what it's going to look like. From the very first few rows, you can already see the waffle squares starting to come in, and your brain just loves that kind of immediate reward. Watching someone work the waffle stitch with a chunky yarn and a thick hook is one of the most relaxing things I've ever seen. The hook pushes through from the front, grabs the yarn, pulls it through, and that little puff of texture pops up, over and over, row after row. It's like watching someone build something perfect, piece by piece, without rushing. Then there's the moss stitch, sometimes called the linen stitch or the granite stitch, depending on where you learned it. This one creates this beautiful, tight fabric that looks almost woven. It's incredibly simple when you break it down, just single crochets and chain spaces repeating. But what comes out looks like something you'd find in a high-end boutique. The reason this one is so relaxing to watch is the rhythm. The hands barely stop moving. There's no long pauses to count, no complicated turns, just this steady back and forth motion that gets into a groove almost instantly. The crafter finds a rhythm, and your eyes just follow it. Left, right, chain, single crochet, chain, single crochet. It's practically meditative, and the fabric it makes is dense and even and just beautiful to look at. The colors show up really cleanly too, which is why this stitch is such a popular pick for color-blocked blankets and bags. When someone works it with two contrasting colors, alternating rows of, say, cream and sage green, it creates these clean, crisp stripes that feel very satisfying to watch build up. Now, let's talk about the star stitch, because this one is in a completely different category. The star stitch is for people who want a little drama with their relaxation. The process of making it looks almost impossible the first time you see it. You're pulling through multiple loops at once, creating these little star shapes that fan out across the fabric. It's more complex than the waffle or the moss stitch, so the person working it needs to be pretty comfortable with it before it becomes smooth to watch. But when they are, when the stitches just flow out and those little star shapes pop up one after another, that's when it becomes genuinely mesmerizing. The finished fabric has this lovely raised star texture that catches light differently depending on the angle. You'll see a lot of baby blankets made with the star stitch, and honestly, watching someone make one of those is like the crochet equivalent of watching a sunset, just gentle and beautiful and over before you're ready for it to be. One that I think is massively underrated in the satisfying to watch category is the puff stitch. The puff stitch is exactly what it sounds like. You pull up multiple loops of yarn before completing the stitch, and the result is this little cloud of a bump that puffs up off the fabric. It takes a little more yarn and a little more time per stitch than most others, but that's actually what makes it so satisfying to watch. You can see the puff growing as the loops build up. The crafter pulls through and pulls through and pulls through again, and then finishes it off, and this perfect little rounded shape just sits there like a tiny pillow. When someone works a full blanket in puff stitches, especially in a single soft color like dusty rose or pale gray, it looks like a field of little clouds forming in rows, and watching it happen stitch by stitch is so good. The sound is good too. Yarn has a very specific soft sound when it's being pulled through and worked, and the puff stitch, with all those extra loops, has a particularly satisfying version of that sound. We also have to talk about Tunisian crochet, because if you've never seen it, it looks like something completely different from regular crochet. Tunisian crochet uses a much longer hook with a stopper at the end, almost like a mix between a crochet hook and a knitting needle. The process works in 2 passes per row. First, you pick up loops across the whole row, loading them all onto the hook like you're collecting them, and then you work back across, releasing them one by one. It creates this incredibly dense fabric-like material that looks like it could be woven or knit, and watching the 2 passes happen is so satisfying. The loading pass, where the hook just keeps picking up loop after loop going across, feels like watching someone gather something up very carefully. And then the release pass, working back, letting each loop go, feels like a deep exhale. People who struggle with anxiety often say that Tunisian crochet videos specifically help them unwind because of that 2-step rhythm. There's a build and then a release, over and over, and it just works on something in your nervous system.
Overlay crochet is another one worth watching, especially if you want something with a little more visual complexity. Overlay crochet is where the designs get really intricate. You're working in the round on flat pieces most of the time, and you use long stitches that extend down into previous rounds to create geometric patterns on the surface of the fabric. Mandalas are a huge example of this. Watching someone make a crochet mandala using overlay techniques is one of those videos where you'll genuinely lose track of how long you've been watching. The pattern grows outward from the center, each round adding a new ring of color and texture. And because the design is often planned with specific color sequences, you get these moments where a new color comes in and suddenly the whole pattern shifts and becomes something even more beautiful than it was a moment before. The geometric patterns you can create with overlay crochet are honestly stunning. Diamonds, stars, flowers, chevrons, all built up through stitch placement and color choice. No sewing, no adding pieces, just one continuous piece of yarn turned into something that looks like it took a completely different process to make. Bavarian crochet is one I have to mention because it's not talked about as often as it deserves to be. It creates this thick, textured, almost cushiony fabric by working clusters and shells in a way that gives the finished piece a very three-dimensional look. The clusters kind of pile on top of each other in a way that feels very satisfying to watch. There's a real sense of building happening as you go. And because Bavarian crochet is typically worked in rounds with color changes happening at specific intervals, there's that same mandala effect, where each new round changes the way the whole thing looks. The color placement in Bavarian crochet patterns is often very intentional and very visually satisfying, with each ring of color being its own shade, so you end up with this rich, layered look that almost feels three-dimensional even in the video. And then there's corner-to-corner crochet, which is exactly what it sounds like. You start at one corner and work diagonally across to the opposite corner, building the piece up